Hey everyone, welcome to Simplilearn's YouTube channel. Today, we will learn about building an interactive dashboard in Tableau. That said, if these are the type of videos you'd like to watch, then hit that like and subscribe buttons and the bell icon to get notified. Now, without further delay, let's get started with our topic for today, that is building an interactive Tableau dashboard. So, if you are a beginner in Tableau and if you want to understand how exactly you can perform data visualization in Tableau and create an interactive dashboard, then this particular tutorial will be the perfect one for you. So we will quickly create an interactive dashboard and we will be using some sales dataset from European nations, and we will try to perform some data visualizations and try to extract some important insights, and finally segregate all the charts and graphs that we created into an interactive dashboard at the end. So that's the agenda for today's session. So let's get started with the latest version of Tableau, that is 2023 version. There you go. We just got started with the Tableau public desktop. Now here the dataset that we are going to deal with is a Microsoft Excel version. So Tableau will help you get connected with text files, JSON files, Microsoft Access, PDF file, spatial file, statistical file, and much more. And you can also get connected to real-time service as well. But now we will be connecting to Microsoft Excel dataset. So you can just click on Microsoft Excel, and here I have Excel datasets, and out of which we will be working today with Tableau Sales EU, that is European Sales. Click on that. So don't worry if you want the dataset, or if you want to continue with me to work on this particular dataset, then I will be linking that particular dataset link in the description box below. You can download the dataset and learn in real time with me as we go ahead building this particular dashboard. So we have got connected to our dataset, as you can see. So here we have the columns and rows, and we have the cells filled with data. So here we have row ID, order date, ship mode, customer ID, customer name, segment, city, etc. So these are the columns and column headers, or in normal sense, or in a short sense, you can call it as the metadata of the data that we are dealing with today. Right now, we can straight away go ahead with the first worksheet, and here we have all the dimensions, and here we have all the measures. So the qualitative data in the dataset is called as dimension, and the quantitative data we have on a dataset is called as measures. So here we have filters, marks, and everything that we need. Here we will be dragging and dropping the columns and rows. So let's get started with the first story or chart, which is about the KPI of your sales. So this particular sheet will help you understand the key performance indicators of your dataset. So we will be having how many number of customers do we have in a particular state, city, country, etc. And we will be having how many number of orders we received, how many number of sales we got from them, what's the quantity of products they ordered, and what's the profit, everything in one single story, right? So we will be dragging the required measures and dimensions onto the rows and columns. So firstly, let's try to drag the customer IDs, right? I will place the customer IDs, add all the members. So we will be creating a small measure here. Will change the measure to count distinct. So currently it is taking up all the customers which are available in the dataset, which may be in thousands. So we don't want all the datasets over here. So we will just have the count distinct customers. There you go. We have around 800 customers. So maybe a few customers got redundant in buying the product from the website. Now let's continue with a few more options that we want to have on our KPI. So okay, let's go with product ID, so that we have how many number of products they purchased from the website. So add all the members, same as customers. So you can go with product, and here you have measure, change the measure to count. We are not going to use count distinct here, we are going to count here. So we have the actual number of how many number of products that have been ordered. Now let's go with the quantity here. What's the quantity that they have ordered? Hold and drag it onto the column. So don't worry, currently you can see we have a bar graph over here. We can change this into a tabular format from this particular available option over here, which is named as show me. Now we have a quantity over here. Let's quickly close it. Now next will be sales, and then lastly we have the profit. Sum of sales, sum of quantity, and sum of profit, right? So everything is good to go. And now what you can do is just change this particular chart from bar graph to tabular graph, right? Now you can again shift this to the column so that you have a tabular format, and here you can edit this, edit alias, product ID or products. So this will give you the number of products which have been ordered from the customers, and instead of distinct count of customers, you can edit this to read it as customers. So you'll get to know how many number of customers you have. So in the interactive dashboard that we are going to create, we will be having a place where we will be having an option where we can select a state or a region or a city or a country and get to know what's happening in that particular country, what are the sales numbers, right? You get to know that. Now if you format this, you have alignment where you can center align all the text here, or the table headers or column headers, and so it will be in the center. Font, if you want to increase your font, you can do that. I'll go with 18. Okay, it's not working for some reason. Let's select it and try once again. There you go. Now we have the bigger headers. Now we also want this particular numbers to be in a to be mentioned in a bigger font. So you can do that by just clicking on this, go to automatic, and it should be centered, and here select this particular text, the entire text, and increase the size to about 16 or 18. And if you want, you can bold the numbers, and if you don't want to bold them, you can keep it as it is and apply. Okay, there you go. And here we have standard look. We can select this as entire view so that you have a bigger space to show the numbers. So when you drag this to the dashboard, you will have a bigger space to showcase your numbers there. Now with that, we have finished the first chart that we wanted. Now let's continue with the second chart, where we will try to understand product wise or segment wise sale. Now for that, we will try to drag the categories or subcategories. Okay, we'll try to drag the subcategories into columns and sales to rows. There you go. Now you have the category wise sales, which category is giving you highest number of sales, etc. You can either order them in ascending order or descending order. We will now order them in descending order. And if you want to know the products or the subcategories which are performing above average sales, then you can do one thing. You can try to add an average segregator. Go to analytics, and here you can find average line. You can add that average line by double clicking on that, and here you have the average sales numbers, right? So the average sales numbers in this particular line will tell you what's the average sale number, which is $1,72,829. And now if you want to segregate these subcategories into the ones which are performing above average and the ones which are performing below average, then you can do that as well. Go to data again, and here you have an option to create a new calculated field, and here you can rename this calculation as products or categories above average. And here you can write down the formula, sum of sales, then that is sum of sales. There you go, it's valid. Press OK, and if you drag this particular newly created calculated field onto the color, it will give you two different colors. And in case if you want to modify it, you can do that as well. Just highlight edit colors, and now here you can select green color for the ones which are performing good, and for the ones which are not performing good, you can turn them into a different shade, maybe this particular one, and press apply and OK. There you go. Now you have them. Okay, true. Edit colors. For true, you can select green. Press OK. There you go. Now you have the top 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 performing subcategories which are giving you above average sales or profits. Now you can rename this sheet as category wise sales, subcategory wise sales. Now next what you can do is location wise. If you want to perform a location wise sales chart, then you can do that as well, location wise. So here you can drag your city or country, and here you can drag your sales to rows. Here you can choose the map. There you go. Now you have the region wise sales, and the darker shade will give you the highest number of sales and the lighter shade will give you the lowest number of sales. So here you have a legend which explains you 8,638 is the lowest number of sale and 8,58,931 is the highest number of sale. And if you want to edit this, edit the colors. If you don't like the colors, you can also go back here and choose the one which you like. So I'd like to go with a green gold shade, where gold or yellow shade will explain you that the lowest number of sales are happening in that particular region, and the darker ones tells you that the darker regions are the ones with the highest number of sales. So now let's go ahead with the next type of chart where you can find out the region wise sales, right? In our particular data set, if you go back to the data source here you can see we have something called as region. So which will tell you about the south, north, east, west and central, right? So now we can also find out the region wise sales. So let's look at region wise, and you can drag region onto columns or rows, and sales to rows. There you go. Now you have central region, east region, north region and south region. You can drag region again onto the colors so that you have a different color for a different region. There you go. Now you have different regions for different colors. And so far we have the KPI, subcategory sales, location. Okay, if you drag sum of sales or sales, which is right over here, onto the label, you have the numbers as well. Okay, it looks more clearer now, and location wise sales as well. And if you want, you can drag a country. Let's try. It's a lot clumsy, then we will not use it, but if it's a little clearer we can use it. Label region wise sales. Now you can have the sales onto the label. We have numbers for that. So we have region wise, KPI, subcategory, location. And now if I want to calculate the month on month sales or year on year sales, so our particular data set has year on year as well. So we have about 4 to 5 years of data set. So let's try to calculate the month on month and year on year. You can drag order date onto columns and sales to the rows. There you go. Now we have year, so starting from any date which is previous to 2020 or it is null, it is considered as 0. After the next one we have 2020, 21, 22 and 23. Now let's say I want the data of only 2023, so you can also do that just by clicking here. You have 2020, 21, 22, 23 years data here. So we will divide it into months. We will eliminate the quarter. So now we have a month on month sales for every year. Now what you can do is, let's say if I want to have only the data for 2023, I can double click on that and it will give me only the data for 2023. And you can also now drag the sum of sales into color so that you have a different color for everything, which shows the least color where we have the lowest sale and the highest color for the highest sale. Now you can also change the color. If you don't like the blue one, you can go with a different color. So you can go with something around green. There you go. So you have the darker green shade for highest number of sales and the lower green shade for the lowest number of sales. So month-on-month sales for 2023. And if you want to make some changes to it, you can also do that. Here you have this type of graph which will show you the details. Okay. So now we have it. So we have added sum of sales to label, and we have the numbers over here with the dotted indicators. Now we have KPI, location-wise sales, region-wise sales, and month-on-month in 2023. Let's check out if we can do anything else with the data set that we have here. If we can build any other graphs and demographics about the data. So we have ship mode here. So let's try to calculate which ship mode is giving us the maximum amount of profits. So which mode should we use if we are trying to generate some good profit? So we'll try to add profit into the color so that we have different colors. So standard class is the one which is generating us the highest number of profits, and you can also try to create a descending order here. There you go. You can name it ship mode profits. Now you can also create another dashboard where you can identify the quantity of products ordered. So quantity, the quantity to rows or columns, and the subcategory, right? Which subcategory has the highest number of quantity ordered. So add subcategory to different colors. So we have different colors. You can reorganize them. There you go. So far we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8 stories. So you can drag all the stories onto the final dashboard. So here we have the final dashboard. And if you want to make some modifications to your dashboard, you can increase or decrease the width of your dashboard. So let us do that. Let's check the height and width. Now if you want to customize your dashboard by adding an image in the background, you can also do that. Just drag an image, fit the image, center image, and choose the image from your desktop. I'll choose this particular one and apply. There you go. And in case if you don't want any images onto your desktop or the dashboard, you can quickly close that, right? Now you can continue with the dashboard. Here we have the KPI story first. You can drag it over here, and you have the perfect numbers right here on your dashboard. And now you can drag the subcategory sales. Just drag them. Or you can change the subcategory sales into a bar graph. Change the color, this to green. Dashboard. Here it is. There you go. Now you can also increase or decrease the size of your KPI. There you go. Now let's try to add the location-wise sales. Here we have the location-wise sales, region-wise sales, month-on-month sales right here. Let's try to add the shipment, which can go here. There you go. Now the last one is the quantity, which can be added right here. There you go. Now here we have another legend where you can select the individual type. Let's say I want the data only from central. So you have the central data here, the order and sales dates, and let's say I want everything, and I can change my location. So if you drag a little, if you remove the selection, and if you would like to go with the location wise data, you can also do that. Let's say I want the data only for Switzerland. You can just click on it and you get the sales for only Switzerland. And if you want some other, let's say Finland, just click on it and you'll get the data for Finland. So that's how you create an interactive dashboard. So you can see here we have 33 customers from Finland. They awarded 64 products, and we have $3,900 of profit, and we sold about 201 number of goods, and the sales figure is 20,704, right? And we also have the subcategories over here, and here we have the quantity, region-wise sales, everything. And that's how you create an interactive dashboard in Tableau. And with that, we have come to an end of this session on creating a Tableau dashboard. If you have any queries regarding any of the topics covered in this session, or if you require the resources like this particular Tableau public book, or the dataset that we used, or the PPT, please do let us know in the comment section below, and our team of experts will be more than happy to resolve all your queries at the earliest. Until next time, thank you for watching, and stay tuned for more from Simplilearn.
Hi there, if you like this video, subscribe to the Simplilearn YouTube channel and click here to watch similar videos. To nerd up and get certified, click here.